Exploring Awesome. I am your host, Jim Kellner. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist and a stage hypnotist as well, and some might even say a swell fella. I'll let you decide. Now, today's topic is based on an email I got, and we're titling this episode YouTube Hypnosis. Does YouTube hypnosis or other pre-recorded stuff work? And before we do that, I do want to invite you to visit my website. That's jimkellnerhypnotist.com. Again, that's jimkellnerhypnotist.com. My last name is an unusual spelling for some people. It's Kellner. That's two L's, one N. If you head over there, you can sign up for my newsletter. And when you do, you'll get out some awesome tips and tricks and I don't know what else. Cool stuff, maybe. But what you'll definitely get is a hypnosis download called Relax Now, and believe me, it will help you to relax. And also you'll find some resources on how to listen to hypnosis, some great blog articles by myself and some other great people out there. And so I guess we'll just go ahead and jump right into this. And so I got this email, and someone who lives here in Phoenix. I actually have an office here in Phoenix, and that's where I'm recording this, in my office here in lovely but way too hot Phoenix, Arizona. Fortunately, everywhere you go here has air conditioning. All right, so this person, he writes in, he says, he has a question. Can hypnosis work for addictions or bad habits? And he's got some habits of drinking and staying up late. And also wants to know, has been doing various hypnosis videos and trance on YouTube for a variety of topics, like quitting drinking, confidence, being healthy. And says he's really, willing for it to work, but it just hasn't for him. So would like to know, if I have any suggestions, what he might be doing wrong, and that sort of stuff. So first of all, I just like to, just commend you, person who wrote this. I want to commend you on taking action, because you know what, that really is so important, that we take action and we try everything we can find that's available for these kind of these really damaging habits, things like drinking, smoking, eating the wrong foods, those kind of things. So good for you, and good for you to follow up and try to get some information for yourself, and I hope that I can answer those. And so today, what I'm going to explore is, number one, does hypnosis work? Number two, do pre-recorded hypnosis sessions work? How you can get the most out of hypnosis, and some of the reasons why you might actually need to, when you might need to see a qualified professional. All right. So the last part, qualified professional, brings me to my first point. Unfortunately, I wish that the person would have called me or had a set up a consultation or something. We can do it at no charge just to consult, because I got a lot of questions for him as well. And one of the things that I would like to know is, which ones have you listened to? Because you know what, I've listened to a lot of stuff on YouTube on hypnosis, and I got to tell you, the quality, it varies tremendously. You've got videos that are made by certainly hypnotists that I recognize that are absolutely qualified, and there are some that are looks like some guy in his basement and may just be reading a script that he read in a book somewhere. And so the first thing that I would say is why it may not be working for you, the pre-recorded stuff, is you may not be listening to qualified good hypnosis. And there are a variety of techniques, and there's just a lot to it. And unfortunately, I think, well, here's the thing. Well, number one, one thought that I had was, you know, um, um, if YouTube hypnosis worked for everybody, um, I'd be out of business, right? um, but in all seriousness, the thing with the pre-recorded stuff, if boy, I lost my train of thought there. Hold on for just a second. Okay, but the good news is, if you get a pre-recorded, uh, you know, CD, tape, MP3, whatever, YouTube, watch a YouTube, listen to a YouTube. I think they absolutely can work. In fact, I sell hypnosis downloads on my website, so I believe strongly in the fact that they can work. Now, I do offer a money back guarantee because here's the thing: they don't work for everyone. Now, let's find out why. All right. Um, well, number one, with the pre-recorded stuff, you oftentimes don't get good instructions on how to use it. You know, um, now most will at least say, it's going to be better if you're sitting or lying down and with your eyes closed. And please don't drive a car or operate heavy machinery when listening. Now, these are vital. Okay. Well, I think it is possible that hypnosis could help if you're listening to it while you're, say on the exercise bike or, um, you know, doing housework or something like that. Mostly, mostly it's believed that it's going to be most effective if you're sitting or lying down with your eyes closed. And it could absolutely be very dangerous if you were operating some heavy machinery. I don't know how many of us do that, but if you were, or if you're driving a vehicle, because you could zone out, you could fall asleep. So they do a pretty good job, most of them, of that, although they don't all do that. And I noticed that YouTube um, doesn't, although I guess you're probably not going to be driving your car while watching YouTube. But and if you want to head over to my website, you will see under resources, there's a whole list of ways that you can get the most out of your hypnosis, because I want to make sure people can get the most out of it. All right. So number one, you may not be getting good instructions. Another thing that can get in the way, which seeing a hypnotist in person will help with, is just the fact to tell you that you don't necessarily need to pay attention on a conscious level. And I know this seems crazy, but oftentimes the people that seem to not really hear a thing consciously have the best results. And I've had clients come in, after a month of listening, and they'll say, you know, um, "Yep, I've got the whole thing memorized." And I'm like, "No, no, no, no. That is not the point of it." You know, and I understand because I catch myself doing this sometimes too. Like, oh shoot, what was that was just on there? We're trying to pay attention. So, and I get it because you want to pay attention to the hypnosis so you'll know what to do. But guess what, folks? You probably already know what to do, right? I mean, if you want to quit smoking, simply don't smoke, right? If you don't want to drink, don't drink. And so if your conscious mind was any help, um, you could just come in my office and I would just look you in the eye and say, don't smoke. And you'd say, okay, thanks. Actually, probably you wouldn't even need to do that because somebody would have already told you that, right? Or you just tell yourself. So I know it sounds weird, but if you're able to sort of zone out a bit during the hypnosis, it's probably going to be more effective. Doesn't mean you have to zone out every single time, um, but definitely you will want to. You probably will get better results if you're able to do that. Because this is a great example that I love, and it's used a lot. I'm not sure who came up with it first, but you can think of your other than conscious mind, sometimes called the unconscious mind, as this room. And there's a door to this room, and right outside that door is a guard. And this guard is your conscious mind. Now, its job is to protect you from the outside world. Now, it being effective is important because if that guard wasn't there, you'd buy Doritos every time you saw the commercial, right? Every time somebody talked about a new car, you'd want to go buy a new car. And we all know people like this, right? Um, so it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Now, some people, when I start talking to them in my in kind of a certain way, a certain cadence, I play some music in the background, some binaural beats, which are kind of designed to help take your brain waves down to the right place, and I use some other techniques. When I do that, their conscious mind goes away, right? It goes and maybe they go into light sleep, or they travel off in their mind to a favorite relaxing place or something like that. Now, for other people, when I start talking, that conscious mind gets really active because it goes, oh, I need to really pay attention to what's going on here. And what happens is it kind of blocks the suggestions for a lot of people. And so, part of it is just, like it doesn't believe, right? It doesn't believe it's possible because it hasn't been true in the past. So if I said to a person, you find it easy to let go of alcohol, to release the need for alcohol, the conscious mind goes, no, that's not easy at all. That's incorrect, right? If I say, you no longer want to smoke, it goes, oh, yes, I do. And so the conscious mind, as great as it is, it's of little value in hypnosis. So just knowing that little part can make a huge significant difference for you. The other reason it might not be working enough for you, and this would be true with um, whether it's with pre-recorded or you know sort of live personalized sessions with someone, is you may not be listening enough. And I ask my clients to listen at least once a day, and I really encourage them to listen 2 to 3 times a day for the first 3, 4, 5 weeks, because we're really trying to build some new behaviors there. And we used to believe that you'd hear this all the time. It takes 3 weeks to build a new habit. That's actually not true. For some people, it is. The research is now indicating that some people it can take less than 3 weeks, and some people it's going to take longer than 3 weeks. And so, it's really critical that you listen for 3, 4, 5 weeks, 2 or 3 times a day, to really kind of lock in these new behaviors. And after that, at least once a day until you've reached your goal, and then maybe you can, go down to a few times a week, and then maybe a few times a month, and then use it as needed. For instance, I just spoke with a client earlier, and had worked with her for several months in the beginning, and listen. So she listened every day, 3 times a day at first, and then every day, kind of met her goal, and then just needs a tune-up from time to time. And so that's what we did. We're gonna do sort of a tune-up there. Now, the other thing is, you may find that some techniques, some methods of the induction, the kind of introduction to the hypnosis, just don't quite work for you. And that's where, when you're working with a hypnotist in person, we're really going to tailor it to your needs. Okay. Now I'll tell you, my experience with hypnosis, my very first, I believe, my first experience with hypnosis was a pre-recording for Stop Smoking. I listened to it a couple times, and I did not quit smoking. Later on, I went to a Stop Smoking sort of a seminar. There were about 30 of us in a hotel banquet room, and we all laid down on the floor and got hypnotized, and I stopped smoking. And in that time, I actually had purchased the hypnosis cassettes, going back a long time, and I listened to them. I think I listened to them every day, or pretty often, and so it worked really well for me. That first one I listened to it a couple times, and I just sort of gave up on it. didn't think it had worked, because so many people, they have this idea that hypnosis, it works it's one time or nothing. You know, if you're not, your whole life doesn't change in that one session, then it just hasn't worked, and that's just not true. There are certain select people, and they're referred to oftentimes as highly suggestible, and so these people will sometimes have just amazing results, and in really just very short time. And I remember this one client, and actually, so the people that are hyper suggestible like that, they're actually the ones that end up on stage in stage shows. And so, just briefly, let me just talk about this. I've had clients come to me and they say, I can't be hypnotized, or I just meet people and they say, I can't be hypnotized because I tried to do hypnosis on a stage and it didn't work for me. In that situation, if I've got you on stage, I've got to make it happen pretty quick, and I have to use the same induction, the same technique to get you into hypnosis as I'm using with everybody else on stage. And so if that's not the right one for you, or if for whatever reason you just can't relax or get in the right frame of mind that day, it's just not going to happen for you. And so, but the people that end up on stage do all the silly stuff. They're those ones that are sort of hyper suggestible. Now, I had a client one time. These hyper suggestibles, they really stand out to me because they're the people that it works just, really amazing for. And so people oftentimes think, well, if it doesn't work like that for me, then it's just not working. In fact, I've had clients that'll come in and go, yeah, I don't think hypnosis is going to work because I was at one of those seminars. My friend right next to me, you know, quit smoking, but I'm still smoking. Well, see, again, this is a situation where the hypnotist has a limited amount of time. They're only using one technique, and for whatever reason, it rang true for that person, but it just didn't feel, right for you for whatever reason. Just didn't seem to hit for you. And so then they have marvelous success in a one-on-one. Now, this client that I was talking about earlier, he was a self-professed chocoholic. He came back after a month, and I said, so how are you doing with the chocolate? And he said, oh, you know what? I hadn't really even thought about chocolate this month. Now, I've been using hypnosis for 30 years, and I still think about chocolate quite frequently. But, that's just an example of how some people, wow, the results are just amazing. And they'll have those results, really one time. When you go to those seminars, a lot of people, they quit smoking for the rest of their life or lose weight, and stay healthy for the rest of their life based on that one session. For the rest of us, it works. We just have to keep doing it. We have to keep doing it until we've gotten where we want to be. And in fact, Justin Tran's, a very famous stage hypnotist, says that everyone can be hypnotized. Some people it just takes longer. And that's been my experience. It really has. I've had very few people. In fact, I can only think of one that was actually that seemed to be doing everything correctly and just didn't notice anything happening. So just one in thousands of people. I don't even know how many. It's definitely in the thousands. Now, as far as my experiences go, I also I had seen a woman years ago for weight loss, and again, it was one session, and it was one-on-one, but I didn't get any recording or anything, and I didn't notice much of anything after that. I think if there would have been a recording of the session, I think I would have had much better results. And that's not to say that it's always necessary. I have friends, colleagues that are hypnotists that work with clients, and they don't provide a session to listen to. So they just do the one session. Maybe the person comes back in a few weeks or a month, and they do another one. But I always like to give them that as an insurance policy. So and then as far as the can you get good results with the pre-recorded stuff? I got to tell you, absolutely. When I started on my my journey to start getting healthier and got really serious about it about it was 4 or 5 years ago. I was 270 pounds, and I lost a total of 70 pounds. You can actually see the before and after of me. A couple of great pictures because there's a picture of me on stage at least 270. I might have even been heavier, but that was I just happened to get weighed when I was at 270, so might have even been heavier. And then so a picture of me on stage at 270, and then a picture of me on stage having dropped 70 pounds, and it's boy the man, it's amazing the difference. Um, wow, it's just incredible. But so that time, I had actually um, began that journey listening to a pre-recorded hypnosis process by Paul McKenna, a very famous hypnotist in Great Britain. And I tell you, it worked wonders for me. And this is when I finally decided to start listening to it regularly. And so I listened to it, boy, I think every day, but at least several times a week. And I eventually started noticing huge changes. I started eating better, started exercising, and then I sort of got to a plateau. And this also can happen with when you're working with someone one-on-one, um, and that's why it's absolutely um, critical to not give up, but to go and get another session. Try something else because it's not that it's not working anymore. It's just you need something else. One of the things that I could have done in that situation is I could have gotten another MP3 and listened to it, and probably had great results. But here's the thing: for me, the process that I was listening to made no mention of not eating donuts or KFC. And now there was the generalized statement, you know, that eating healthy and all of that, and leave those troublesome foods behind, that kind of stuff, but no specific stuff. And for some reason, I discovered that's what I really needed because uh, donuts and I was going to KFC, gosh, once, twice, sometimes 3 times a week for a while, even when I was losing weight. But it had caused me to kind of plateau, and so I actually I saw another hypnotist, really great hypnotist that I used to work with, Colleen McIntyre, and she made me a hypnosis process that no more donuts, no more KFC. There was something else on there, but that was specific. But shoot, I don't remember what it was. Must have worked really good. I forgot all about it. And you know what? I did. I noticed within a few days, I wasn't craving them as much, and now I couldn't even tell you the last time I was at a KFC. Every once in a while, but it's the once in a while with the eating unhealthy food is not what gets you into trouble, right? Um, it's that 2 or 3 times a week kind of stuff, or every day kind of stuff that really gets you in trouble. And now the other part, and I got let me just tell you, I apologize if I repeat anything. I just recorded one, this same podcast, and for some reason there was some buzzing sound on it, and I thought it would probably drive people crazy to have to listen to it. So I'm re-recording it. So I hope that I don't talk about the same things over again. Uh, and in fact, no, I almost forgot what I was going to talk about, but luckily I had some notes here. Um, Gosh, I hope I didn't already mention this, but anyway, if I did, sorry. The other important thing is that there's actually been at least one study, and perhaps more, that have shown that simply talking with a hypnotist before listening to hypnosis increases the rate of success. Okay, there's something about that connection, that rapport that you have with the hypnotist that will greatly increase the likelihood of your success. And so I can't overstate that enough. So, I appreciate you listening, and I hope this has answered a lot of your questions. And, here's the thing. What I would say is give it a try. If you can, spend $20 on an MP3, or you can, go on YouTube and try to find someone that seems qualified at least, maybe check their website, check their credentials a little bit, find out if they actually have an office or if if they're just recording these in their basement, this kind of a thing. Um, and give it a try. What do you got to lose? A little bit of time, but it could be worth it. And if that doesn't work out for you, then give me a call or give your local hypnotist a call. And there's a lot of really good ones out there. And you know, I see clients here in Phoenix, and also when I'm on the road, doing shows in Seattle and other places. And I also work with clients over the phone and worldwide via Skype. And if you really would rather go and sit down in someone's office, shoot me an email, give me a call. I'll be happy to try to connect you with someone in your local area that you can actually go into their office and talk to them and see them. So anyway, believe me, folks, I just got to tell you, hypnosis, it does work. It's been scientifically proven now. You don't have to believe in it, just do it. You know, just like you don't have to believe in gravity to fall down, you don't have to believe in hypnosis to experience monumental changes in your life, truly. And I think the first step for you, the very first step, oh, in fact, oh, that's right, actually, on my YouTube channel, I have a hypnosis session with an arm levitation, which is kind of interesting. It's at least relaxing, and that's what's important. In fact, really, I got to tell you, um, um, most everything is exacerbated by stress. I say this all the time, and I may have even said it earlier. I can't remember, but I really feel like stress is the root of all evil, because when people are stressed, that's when they eat more, smoke more, drink more, do all those bad habits, and addictions are just worse. Um, so just relaxing, and if that means listening to hypnosis or meditating for a couple of minutes or going for a walk, talking with loved ones, whatever it is, we're all far too stressed these days, and boy, we'll just be so much happier, more successful in life, living the life we want to live if we can let go of the stress. But I actually have a hypnosis process. I think my YouTube channel is my name, Jim Kellner, and you could sit and watch that, listen to that, and if you want to give that a try, um, or like I said, go sign up for my newsletter. I'd love to send you out my Relax Now hypnosis process. It's about 18 minutes long, and a lot of people have really great results with that. Just kind of detaching, relaxing, letting go a little bit. And again, you can find that, you can find the little, what do you call it, the thing to sign up for the newsletter at my website. Of course, that's jimkellnerhypnotist.com. And I think that's it. If I missed anything, if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, please send me an email. From my website, it's pretty easy. There's a contact form, or you can just send me an email to jim@jimkellner.com. That's my other website, jim@jimkellner.com, or give me a call. Number's 209-852-6642. Again, that's 209-852-6642. And also, if you look back on my website, you can find my other podcasts. And if you scroll down, I think it was about number 3, I did a podcast on the myths of hypnosis. And that might be another a good resource for you to give a listen to if you had more questions about any of this. So anyway, I really, truly appreciate you listening. I've had a blast talking to you. And so, hey, please just go out there, live the life you want to live and the body you want to live it in. All right? So take care, everybody. Be well. Be awesome. I'm Jim Kellner. See you later.